Hello, investors. It is Connor Bates, Associate Portfolio Manager at Revere Asset Management. Today is Tuesday, February 11th, 4:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Coming to you with tonight's Revere Roundup Daily Market Insight video. Market state still in an uptrend, day 17 of this consolidation. And if we look at the trend gauge over here on the right side, market leaders, green arrow, decent action there. Short term, green arrow as well, trading above the 21-day exponential moving average. Mid caps showing relative weakness. Medium term, trading above the 50-day moving average. Again, small and mid caps underperforming. And then long term, market remains above the 200-day moving average. Um, so what happened today? Just, like I said, day 17 of this consolidation and, the average true range of the S&P continues to contract. We're getting these tight ranges, but value led big time today. And I'll go over those charts when I get into the charts. And that's just another core principle of why we hold an S&P 500 position as it catches the rotation, especially when leaders aren't outperforming because, they aren't always outperforming. 21 over 21 list down 1.77% today, 6 green, 15 red. Big 8 down 0.91%. RG8 down 1.29%. 60/40 flat on the day, down 0.06%. And GROTECTION down 0.97%. Okay, we'll get into the interesting correlation. And then, talking about value leading today. So if you look at, first you can look at VTV. This is Vanguard value. You see this one was up, about 0.5% in a nice cup and vase. And you verse that versus Vanguard growth, which was red on the day. So rotation to value there. You can look at SPYV. This is the S&P 500 value, up a little over 0.5% today, versus growth again down. So, this is just another reason why we like that S&P 500 position. With that, let's look at the chart of the S&P 500, and this looks very coiled inside of this base. If this can break out, back above all the moving averages, holding above that 6,000 level, getting tight under these previous all-time highs. So we'll see if CPI could be a catalyst to propel a breakout tomorrow. RSP looking all right. Got the power three here. All the moving averages are pretty coiled up here, kind of putting the handle in this cut base. QQQ again looking very coiled. Clear down trend line here. And you can see we've been making lower highs, but also building higher lows. And now we're getting super tight in this triangle wedge formation. And, positive reaction on CPI could fuel breakout tomorrow. And that'd be a character change because, the market has been in a sell the upper end of the range, buy the dips, and we'll see if that changes in either direction. And as always, this could go the other way. This could crack, you got all the moving averages stacked up. So if this cracks the cycle of higher lows and all the moving averages, that would not be good for the bulls. Mag 7, kind of showing some relative weakness lately. Dow Jones, pretty good action here, kind of forming a handle out of this cup and base. Mid caps, relative weakness. It's kind of in no man's land. So you're going to reclaim this 3,200 level, that previous left side high in the summer. Russell 2000 continues to struggle, again struggling with those pre-summer highs that fueled that breakout right here, and just really needs to get back above the 50-day, and then it could start moving. And obviously, if rates stay strong, the Russell's going to struggle. And this index is just historically a choppy mess. Rarely trends, and when it does, it's usually when everybody's off sides, using this as a funding short, and that's when you get those huge exaggerated moves. So right there, here. So yeah, and this is rate sensitive, so it could have more volatility on CPI. ARC looks fine, surfing the moving averages, building higher lows, getting tight here. FFTY, logical place to pull back after strong move up. VIX, hanging out down here. That's good to see. The dollar, Just like to see this move lower, but overall still hanging in there decent. Gold continues to show major relative strength, and right when it started to enter relative strength period, right here around here when this R sign hooked back up, it's been a super smooth trender up the right side. Gold stocks again, super nice trend here. Bitcoin continues to be weak. Want to see it hold this reversal day lows, or else it could be coming back into the low end of the base. Doesn't look bearish, doesn't look bullish, just in a basing period after this big move up. Bonds, just trading below the 200-day. TLT, same thing. Rates continue to be strong, and they're looking like they're coming against this trend line from highs. Same thing here. All right, that's the interasset correlation. We'll take a look at the tape. And yeah, so tomorrow we got CPI in the morning. Thursday, we also have PPI. And then we had a handful of earnings today. I'll go over them when I get in the charts, but Upstart Dash, Zillow, CFLT. Today's keys, S&P versus the 21 50-day, green arrow there, close above. The Qs close above the 21 in the 50 days. And then the Russell closing red arrow there, closing below the 21 and 50-day. Into tomorrow, going to want to see all those levels hold, see if the Russell 2000 can reclaim. And I think the big thing for tomorrow is what's the reaction on CPI. Some markets, good news is good news, or good news is bad news. So obviously the number and the headline's important, but what's even more important is the reaction and react accordingly. Day count, this is now day 17 of consolidation, 2 days back above the 8 EMA and 6 days above the 21. Let's see. Sectors wise, natural gas, regional banks, financials, energy, real estate, all up on the day. And then weakness today, Bitcoin, biotech, software, and uranium. In-house today, the only thing we did was bought a starter in DOCS on this pullback after that strong earnings gap. And then we also trimmed Kava, showing some relative weakness today. RVAB is 1.49, balance at risk 4.92%. And the bottom line for today, market consolidates inside a tight range ahead of CPI. And let's take a look at some of the charts. Docs, we took a starter here. Monster earnings gap, day two higher high, now pulling back. So offered a little bit of an entry here. And if you look at the weekly, right, this is coming out of a huge weekly base. And it's been, strong off these lows. And now it's starting to accelerate up the right side. Looks good. This daily was a nice multi-week base as well. Take a look at some of the earnings reactions. We had Upstart, last time I checked, they're up 25%. So, coming back into these highs up here, that's positive for a firm. And a firm's not really moving after hours. Good to see that there. Dash, this one's up 6%. Strong reaction there. Zillow, this one's down 5.5%. CFLT, this one's up 16% at $34. So this is clearing out of a really nice base. This is definitely one to watch going into tomorrow. And then yesterday, A-Lab reported, try to gap up, moving lower, pretty textbook bear flag breakdown here. And, this is another one of the names that got whacked on that deep sec news, and it was never really able to recover much. Now it's see downside follow through. SMTC, this is another one that got whacked, and then look, it's back below the 200-day moving average. All right, let's take a look at 21 over 21. See limited big time relative strength today, falling through out of this little flag. A lot of leaders were pretty weak today, so this was definitely standing out. TKO again, this one just ripping up the right side after breaking out. HWM, this is setting up a nice little consolidation up at the highs. EQT, one of the deep sec names that rebounded really nicely, coming back up right into those highs. Firm, pretty seller action after this earnings gap, putting in just about a day three higher high and acting super well, especially up on the day in a with a lot of stocks down. Dash mentioned this, but this is gapping up above that 200 Livermore level on earnings. Twilio starting to pull back a little bit, letting these moving averages catch up after that uh, pre-announcement. And now, starting to pull back on lighter volume. If this can start to base, this would definitely be one on our radar. Snowflake starting to handle out, not doing really anything wrong. Rejected that 186.90 and now just coming back in. Maybe it handles out here on the right side. Zillow rejected these highs and backed down on earnings into this 80 area. Cyber, very minimal volatility, just trending up the right side. Interactive brokers starting to pull back to the 21. AEM fall through after the space breakout. AppLovin, this one reports tomorrow, so keep an eye on it. This one getting tight. Just pretty good post earnings action. I really like this weekly on this one. It's got a pretty nice base that is breaking out of. CEG just, kind of riding higher. Really nice comeback after that last Monday. HIMS, super strong and big change in character for this stock to actually be trending. Historically, it's very whippy, choppy. Strength gets whacked every time. And now into new all-time highs. Looks like this is becoming more of an institutional type name, trading a lot more linear. Short-term, a little bit extended, but this one starts to pull back. I think this is one of the strongest names in the market as of late. Palantir just pulling back a little bit today. Bros, again, pulling back a little bit today, but continues to trend nice. Earnings are tomorrow. Reddit, earnings tomorrow as well, pulling back. Robinhood, earnings tomorrow as well. A lot of names that we own reporting tomorrow. And this one, looks good heading into earnings, see what they have to say. And then Cavo, we trimmed this one today. Ugly break on decent volume today. So that is the 21 over 21 list. Some other gappers. Cloudflare, this is another one that flashed ants today. This one's been super strong and, it even ran up into earnings and, the market didn't seem to care too much about that either. And this one's moving higher. Take a look at the big eight. Apple relatively weak. Meta, this one just, pure accumulation out of this base. And after that earnings report, this one's trading extremely impressive. Amazon coming in 50 days catching up to price. Microsoft kind of in no man's land down here. Nvidia, this will be a big tell for semis, kind of wedging rallying to the 50-day, but and this 140 level. So we'll see what it wants to do here. It's just still a mixed bag with semiconductors. If you look at SMH on a monthly, right? This is basically 8 months of tight monthly closes within, give or take 10 points. So expectation would be the move in either direction will lead to a trend. And NVIDIA obviously is important for that. And then, looking at some of the other ones, ARM looks decent. TSM looks pretty good. AVGO, this one showed some relative strength today, trying to come out of this little cheat. But other ones such as like Marvell showing some relative weakness. So definitely a mixed bag in semiconductors right now and just kind of taking what the market tells us day by day. That I think is everything I got. Just, a lot more economic data on the calendar for the rest of the week. Obviously, CPI tomorrow, PPI the following, and then a ton of earnings. So keep an eye out for those. That is going to wrap it. As always, like to hear from you. My email is connor@revereasset.com. You can find me on X at ConnorJBates _ or you can always reach out to Dan or Don at revereasset.com. Phone is 855 Real Wealth, 855-732-5932. If you're ever interested in becoming a client, as always, please reach out. And with that, I'll wrap it for Tuesday, February 11th, 5:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for watching and have a great night.